Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Alt Kings podcast. I'm your host, Tate, with my co-host, Corbin, and today we have a one-of-a-kind XRP project migrating to Hedera, xRonin, with their founder, Q. We also have two of the team members as well. We have Cody, one of the game developers, as well as Hunter, the sound engineer. How are you guys doing today?
Good.
Doing good.
Happy to be here.
Yes, sir.
Nice to have you guys here.
Awesome.
Nice. It's great. You guys are launching this week on Hedera. Hedera Sentient, correct?
It's going to be NFT tech.
Oh, NFT. Yes.
NFT.
Good
Okay,
deal.
cool.
Mint price of 700, whitelist price of 500, collection size 5,000. We haven't seen that relatively anytime soon, Corbin. That's a pretty big collection size for Hedera at this moment in time.
That is quite a big
Yeah.
size.
I think that changed a little bit, didn't it, Q?
It did change. So collection size at 4,444.
Okay.
Public price is going to be 500, and then we got whitelist with the woke femmes. You know, NFT tech. They got the woke. Yeah.
Yes.
So they got 400 bars, and then we got some partner pricing, which they'll get 450 H bars.
Nice.
Yeah.
And we're still launching on February 6th?
Yeah, for right now, it's going to be whitelist February 6th, partners February 6th, and then public February 7th.
Good deal. That's very
nice.
exciting.
Yeah.
My first question is...
It was also smart.
Oh, Corbin, you have something?
Oh yeah, all good. I was just saying it was smart to cut the supply and the prices and all that good stuff, because that'll help you guys sell it.
For sure. Thank you. Yeah. I think we wrestled with the supply size for a little bit. It took me a while to get to this number, actually. But the reason why it's kind of high up there, because what we're trying to do with the NFTs, they're not going to be just regular NFTs, right? We're talking about video game assets, potentially. Well, we're going to make it happen no matter what. So when it's a video game asset, it can't be such a low number, right? Because we're trying to bring in people to play our game. So that's the reasoning behind it, and that's what we went with.
For sure. Well, that's very exciting.
Mm-hmm.
So before we dive into the project, I'd like to get just a little bit of background information on all of you here. We could start with Q and then work our way down, if we'd like.
Sounds good.
Great.
Background information. Got into crypto, and then I'd say maybe like early 2021. Then I started investing in NFTs late 21 on the ETH side. That was an experience, to say the least. Mostly not a lot of W's, you know. I got involved with a project where they brought me on a part of the team, and then what actually happened was that founder actually rugged on us, so kind of left me and the rest of the team in the dark to kind of just deal with the consequences. So that was that was just horrible situation for me personally. But when that happened, that was like the turning point for me after investing in all of these NFT projects and actually being on the other side with on a team, just saying like this I can do this, you know, like I know what it takes to run a project. And after investing in a lot of really bad projects or founders that I, you know, just wasn't doing the right things on the east side, I was like, I can do better than this, and I want to do better than this. Coming from an artist background, like I'm an artist, but like more of a hobby. I've been doing art my whole life, so I was like, let me run with something. I got something, you know. And so I started off investing in ETH, but when it came to trying to go and start my own project, I'm super bullish on XRP, a lot of the ISO, you know, the utility tokens. So this is the way that I looked. So
it's the standard.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
right.
Yeah.
So we launched our project, or I launched the project in May timeline of last year, and it was just all me, and just started recruiting people from the XRP ledger. And we're all the way till now here. We're about to launch on Hedera, basically.
Now, besides that, you are a U.S. military active duty.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. So, I mean, I'm active duty Coast Guard.
Nice. Thank you for your service.
Amazing.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that. But yeah, if we go back to my whole life story, man, it's crazy. But how I got here, I did everything and anything under the sun, like labor wise. But I'm here now, serving for the United States military, and part of our project too. We're part of this mint actually is going to go back to the Wounded Warriors. Yeah, so 10% of the mint, 10% of the mint is going to go towards that, because that's just something I firmly believe in. I'm invested in myself, right? Like, just got to do it.
That's incredible.
Yeah, they're doing very important work.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Very important work.
Thanks. But yeah, that's my story, but I can go, yeah.
Of course.
That's fair.
Cody, how about yourself? You are the game developer, I believe, yeah?
Yes, sir. That'd be me. I got into crypto late 2021, early 2022. Of course, Dogecoin. That was what brought me in. The classic meme coin.
Sick.
I did make $800 off a $40 investment. I sold at 76 cents. You know what I mean? Like buy the news, sell the or buy the rumor, sell the news. So that's how I got into crypto, and then I started watching BitBoy Crypto. I got into him. I started following around the blockchain, all the people they had on. Then I found my boy Crypto Face, and he's a trader. I don't know if anyone follows Crypto Face, but he breaks down the charts, and he's a leverage trader. And so I got heavily into leverage trading crypto, and I can just sit down and watch a chart for hours on end. Like, it's something I became very passionate about. And like you, I'm very bullish on XRP. I've been through the whole case and everything. Like, I believe they're gonna win, but I believe it'll come in the form of a settlement. For different reasons I won't get into, but either way, it's a win, settlement or not. And so I started looking into the NFT side of the XRP because people were shilling them out, and I was involved in the crypto space. I heard about them, and I've always been a fan of XRP since I found it because of the transactions. They got contracts with all sorts of governments. You know what I mean? Like this case in the United States has not stopped Ripple from expanding and investing, and just kept going. So that's a big reason why I'm bullish on that. But I got into the NFT space, found a couple, and then I saw Q post his Discord in one of the NFT communities I was in. So I went and checked it out. I saw everything he was offering. It was community based, and that's what he said, I'm not going to tell you we're going to have this and then never have it. He was like, we're not saying anything we can't deliver on. I want the community to run this project pretty much. And I was like, man, I'm on board with that. And so, I just stuck around. I helped with building the community. But for about 2 years, I've been dabbling with Unreal Engine. But then I had a baby, and that took away a lot of my time after having the baby. But I'm got back into it probably about a year ago, and I saw the possibilities. Like I come from NFT, well, gaming. The gaming, that's my stuff. You know what I mean? I was born in '92. PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, Xbox, all that. I just love gaming. Skyrim, probably my favorite game of all time. So I am building the game similar to Skyrim. You know what I mean? Not T for T, but I do take a lot of creativity from my. I think it was like 360 something hours I had on one account, and then you got more than one account. But yeah, so yeah, that's where I got the idea for the Ronin game. I ran it by Q. I was like, NFT gaming, bro, that's like the future. I don't see how, because I know the mass majority of gamers, they're like, oh, an NFT in a game. But you can take that NFT with you to the next game. Like, I don't know why. Like, you get a badass gun in Call of Duty, you get it all tricked out, take it to the next game. Like, I don't know why the mainstream gamers don't get it, but I totally get it. And
so tell that to the sports gamers.
Yeah, bro. Like, don't get me started. But so I started learning. I'm still learning the engine. I mean, I've come a long way without a doubt. But I started learning more. I started implementing. Q said we can put it in the pipeline and then just, show the people that we're working on it. And then we can make it official whenever we think, just like he's always done. We're not going to tell our community, hey, we're doing this and that, and we're going to give out Lambos, and then nothing ever happens, right?
Yeah.
So I just dedicated myself. To learning the engine, learning what I need to learn to bring this game into life. And just the last couple of days with the map development and everything, I'm shocked at myself, honestly. I'm like, wow. I launched,
too, bro, honestly.
Yeah, you killing it, bro.
Killing it.
I launched the game for the first time last night. Like, you can open up an editor or you can launch the game. And I launched the game for the first time last night. A few bugs I got to work out, but I was blown away. I was real happy with it. Hopefully I can have a video out within the next week or two of launching the game, like someone going to play from their console
PC.
or whatever.
Yeah,
PC,
yeah. Or in true Skyrim fashion, you can leave the boat.
I do want to make it to where you can put a wooden plate up to the wall, and like certain points of the wall, you can walk through it and go get a chest or something. Because I used to spam that so much.
Yes.
Yeah.
What was it? Skyforge.
Shopkeeper's heads.
Yeah, the Skyforge over there with
and Whiterun.
What's his name? Right? Yeah.
Yep.
That was my stuff.
You're the lead game developer, correct?
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Yeah, and I
want to bring something like that. Oh, go ahead, Hunter.
I just want to add, like, all these videos you see of the game, this is all Cody. Like, he's learned every single aspect of Unreal Engine in order to be able to make all that stuff happen. So, gotta give it up to him because the stuff he's doing, it takes whole teams to be able to do,
It's been a long and painful grind at times. That's for sure. And then, like, you can't figure something out. I'm in so many Discords where I'm like, if they don't know it, someone has to know it. Or if I can't find it on YouTube, like, it's definitely, but I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful that I'm learning just about everything on my own. You know what I mean? Like, because then I can do everything. Like, so I am happy. But that's what I wanted to bring into the Ronin game. Is just like a massive, almost never ending. It seems like there's always something to do. That's what I want. I want you to be able to log on, always have something to do.
Incredible.
Hey, if it works, it works, right?
I'm hoping.
So finally, Hunter, you are the sound engineer, and I'm just curious about your specific position with being the engineer of sound.
Yeah, yes, sir. So pretty much, like, ever since a kid, I always like wrote poems. I made like beats on the table, always musically driven. I even know how to make djembe drums from scratch. So like if I get like the wood stuff, I can put the skin on it, make drums and stuff. But yeah, anyways, in high school is when I started producing music and getting into the technical aspects of sound design and stuff like that. And the college I went to was McNally Smith College of Music. And I went there for one semester, cost like $12,000 for the one semester. And then come to find out they went bankrupt. Now, you can say what you want. I don't think they went bankrupt. I think he took the money and dipped. But anyways,
like, I just gave you $12,000. What are you talking about?
Yeah, my college. I got rugged by my college, man. So shout out to them. So
they say it only happens in crypto.
Yeah. So anyways, I did learn a lot, but I think probably the number one thing I learned in college was you gotta do it yourself.
Yeah.
Especially with this music stuff. It can't really be taught. The programs and stuff a little bit, but you gotta take it upon yourself to learn all that and create new ways to make a sound. So yeah, after I went bankrupt on my first semester, money wasted, I was depressed, honestly. And then my uncle introduced me to crypto, Bitcoin and Ethereum in around 2019. And that was right before the bull run. I'm talking ETH was $200 and Bitcoin was about $3,000.
I remember
the good
that.
prices.
Yeah. Now I didn't have a lot of money to start off with, but you know, I experienced that bull run. It was pretty nice. I learned a lot of lessons though about taking profit and stuff.
Yeah.
Didn't we all?
Oh yeah. As a leverage trader or just a trader in general, yeah, take profits. If you see
For sure.
take profits, even if you don't pull out everything, just take a little bit off the table.
Definitely.
Yeah, so if anyone's out there thinking about profits, take them.
Take them. If you're in profit, yeah, go on and take them.
Yeah,
you ain't even got to pull everything out. Just a little bit. Take out your original investment.
Facts, man, facts.
Yeah.
So I discovered, I touched XRP here and there, traded it a little bit, never really thought much about it. But it wasn't until the SEC lawsuit happened is when a friend of a friend kind of got a hold of us and was like, yo, you really need to learn about this technology and the reason about all this is happening. So, I started learning more about the technology. I went into Hbar, XDC, all the ISO coins, and my favorite two are definitely XRP and Hbar. I was in hedera pretty early, I would say. But yeah, discovering the XRP ledger, I found out about this gaming platform, Equilibrium Games. Equilibrium Games is a partner of ours, and I think they were the very first gaming hub on the XRP ledger.
I believe so.
Yeah, as soon as they partnered with xRonin, then I was like, yo, this is my shit right here. Talking samurai, Ronin, anime. Like, bro, I got to get into this stuff. So I joined as a investor in there. From day one, I was in the community 24/7, and then Q was like, yo, you want to be a mod? You want to help us out a little bit? So after becoming a mod, I kind of got to know them some more and was really welcomed with open arms. Like, shout out to Q, shout out to Cody. Open arms, man, welcome me in. I learned that Cody was doing all the game dev stuff by himself. I was like, yo, you need some help. Like, I can make music. I can do the sound design when it comes to all the footsteps and stuff like that. So that's when I became a part of the team, and I just been, putting in work where it's needed,
Everything
like
clicked properly.
A lot of work. This guy does all of our stuff for all of our videos, for anything, any media that we put out there. He's a sound guy. Like,
he did the boot camp as well, the Bushido boot camp, and I gotta say, man, he absolutely killed it. But that's what Q has done from the get go. Like, I came in as an investor, he brought me on board as a mod, and he's always hired from within. You know what I mean? And it's always been people
that was my next question. Yeah,
believe in the project. Anybody on the team has come in and just wanted to be like showed true Bushido.
Yeah.
For sure.
So the game is it's a play to earn game. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah.
You have your own token.
That's the plan.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
So I believe you all are based out of the United States, from what it seems. Obviously, at least Q is, and that's all that matters since he is the founder. Right. So Q, have you looked into the SEC at all and security protocols?
Yeah, securities laws and all that. Yeah. So before we launched the token, we did a ton of research. It is scary, right, with everything going on. So ultimately, I met with a lawyer and pretty much let him know everything that we're planning on doing and everything that we are doing. And from his view or purview of everything that we're doing, nothing came back to him saying that we are a security or we would be a security, but I mean that's just his.
That's just one set of eyes, of course.
Right,
Right.
exactly right. So obviously, everything we do, we take that and just what's the words I'm trying to say? Just we try to do it the safest way. Like we're always trying to do stuff like
Yeah, we're very cautious.
yeah, very cautious. Exactly right.
Tread lightly.
And tread lightly, and not to say that. I mean, I want to meet with more people to just really have a good overview of what we're doing in the project, right? It's just because you never know, right? Like a lot of these token projects that are out there, they think they're safe because they have all this oversight by these lawyers, crypto accountants and stuff like that. They're getting all their information from, but they still get sued or they still get into trouble, right? Just
Yeah,
you
because
never
we
know.
don't have the clear, concise. The U.S. just doesn't have it. Like nobody knows what we can and can't do. So, but
Not
I
even
feel like
multi-million-dollar companies like Library.
right.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's what I was going to point to, right?
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was going to point to. And the one thing I took from that case, that I read up on was they were paying their people with their token, right? So like that was one of the big things that they're
Airdrops.
Yeah, and it said it didn't have enough utility yet. So that's the one thing we try to push as well, is we try to bring as much utility into every aspect of our project as possible.
Sure. Makes sense.
Yeah, and I mean, in that aspect too, since you guys are using it in a game, how different is that from, Epic Games selling V-Bucks,
right,
right, to use for stuff in the game?
Because
because it's on a blockchain, like
exactly.
You know?
Every online game has some sort of the Call of Duties. I play Star Wars Battlefront 2 still, and they have their own currencies. Hey, them Jedi battles, son. Them Jedi battles.
Yes, sir.
That's where I'm
I ain't
at.
knocking
That's
it,
where
I'm
I'm
just
at.
saying.
I don't play anything else but heroes versus villains. Get into some sweaty little matches.
Sweaty. Yeah, I mean, but I can
controller slipping out of my
see,
hand.
I can see from an investor standpoint, right? Like, I read a little bit about your guys' project, the All Kings, and the reason why you guys don't want to come out with a token or whatever. It's just the safest play, right? Is you
definitely
you want to be around for a long time, and like us, we want to be around for a long time as well. But what we're trying to offer is a play to earn game, and so that's just the different aspect of the project. So that's ultimately why we brought out the token, but we're just going to keep loading it with as much utility as possible, basically, and hopefully have the oversight and make sure that we're doing everything the right way.
Yeah, I mean, especially with the game, you need constant liquidity. That's for sure.
Yeah,
for developing, for just any sort of capital. I mean,
more Codys.
Yeah,
man.
and more hunters too. Hey, sometimes important too.
It's very important. That's for sure.
Yeah. So, do you guys mind giving sort of like a rundown for those who don't know about what Equilibrium Games actually is and like what they're trying to do?
Yeah, I can talk about that a little bit. So yeah, Equilibrium Games is more than just a gaming company. What I would say is they're more like the Steam of the XRP ledger. So it's a full gaming hub. Yeah, they got their own game and their own token as well, but it's a platform for these other games to come onto. And every game in their ecosystem was trying to happen is say we come out with some armor. Our armor can cross game into another game on their platform. So you can use our armor in their game and vice versa,
Impressive.
So yeah, the biggest thing about them is it's going to be a hub of all the total games that they can get onto their platform and just one big ecosystem, and we all interchange with each other, You'll
also be able to earn their token to any game. Like you can do, you can hold tournaments on the weekend that'll provide you EQ and not XRIO. So I thought that was cool. And the interchangeable NFTs throughout the game, like I think that's going to be a big success.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're working on some stuff right now as well. So eventually we'll have our game assets onto their NFT marketplace. They have their own NFT marketplace and they have their own game launcher. So yeah, we'll soon get our stuff on there as well.
That's exciting. And these assets are more or less 3D assets that can be utilized within the other games as well on Equilibrium.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sense. So right now what I see on the market is these Bushido passes. Is that right?
You probably see like one or two. So the Bushido passes are actually going to be super hard to get. That's not something that we're
like the gold ones, right?
Yeah, the black and the gold ones. So the white ones.
Yeah.
So just upfront, we the marketplace that minted it for us, Hashkill, when we did these passes, it's all messed up. It's supposed to be on 2 different token IDs, right? It's a Bushido pass and a whitelist pass because they're gonna have 2 different utilities. So so right now we only have 2 issued out. We're not going to issue out anymore until we basically fix that because of the utility behind the pass. But yeah, the Bushido pass is like our ultimate utility pass. We're going to be building a ton of utility into that. There's some things already I have in mind that I know we're going to do. I just haven't released yet. And like we're doing a complete overhaul of the white paper right now. So our current white paper doesn't it's not a good reflection of everything we have planned. So I pulled that. For right now, there's just a gift book out about our Hedera launch and what we're bringing to the table for Hedera, because obviously we got this big NFT launch coming up. So I wanted to make sure there was at least some sort of something out there for the people to read about,
Definitely. Yeah. So in that instance, with having kind of like 2 whitelists on the same token ID, if there's only 2 out in the market right now, I would just try to get the NFTs from whoever's holding those Bushido passes, and then just create the new token ID for the whole entire collection of the Bushidos, and then have them send you that. You'll send them that, and then just throw away the ones that weren't necessarily valuable.
Exactly. Yeah. That's the plan.
And yeah, what we're going to do is sort of remake them as well. So there'll be a visible difference to them. So if you have the one on the one ID or the other one on the right ID. And then we'll just, we'll tell them if we can't get a hold of them,
I might have to end up buying them, to be honest. But I mean, we'll see what happens.
Or we'll just say you got to redeem it, give it to us and we'll give you the actual one on the right ID.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's unfortunate that had to happen.
Yeah, but things happen. Yeah. It's the name of the game. We're in NFT space or crypto space. You just got to be able to pivot, be able to move on the fly.
Roll with the punches.
Exactly.
Yeah. Usually people are pretty understanding too when that happens.
Right.
Yeah, at this point.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Were you guys
out of our control?
Were you guys actually able to look into our Bushido boot camp, or not really? So let me explain that a little bit for the people. It's still ongoing right now, but it's a super interactive Discord that we created. The bot maker is WraithX. I'm not sure if you guys know who that is. He is a killer bot maker on the Hedera side for the Discords. He has his own community. I think it's Hashgraph Hub, I think. But that guy,
I've heard of them.
Yeah. So he builds these amazing bots, and I came to him with the idea of what we wanted to build. I came to Hunter with like the base idea, and the idea was, first off, what we're gonna do is we're gonna post this Anon video, basically this dude in an Anon mask, and I don't know, Hunter, you can take it away from here.
Was it Hunter who made the video?
Exactly.
Oh yeah, that was
me. Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, in all the videos too, you can hear my sounds. I got some beats in them and stuff like that. But yeah, so basically how that came about was it all started from one video idea, and then he got in touch with WraithX, and I started working with him. And yeah, the initial video, everything was supposed to be anonymous. You weren't supposed to know who the project was or really what you were doing. And then at the end of it, we were supposed to like have this big finale and everything. But basically, it evolved even more than that, I would say. So how it works out, you join the boot camp. It has like the general places for the Discord, and then it has the way. And at the way starts step 1. And there are 3 steps between each gate, and there are 8 gates in total. And pretty much you just learn about Japanese culture and Japanese lore that will be implemented into the game. And so, you know, when you start playing this game, you may hear some words that you might not know, but if you're in this boot camp, you will know it, you know. So I kind of wanted to prep people for the game, for the culture, as well as give some sneak peeks of the game and sort of get to know us more as well. I was in the voice chat when we first started a couple of times, got to know some nice people. And basically how you earn the whitelist is you got to get to gate 8, and then some channels will open up for you to where you put in your ID and all that stuff. I started handing out whitelists this morning when I woke up. The NFTs said we have till February 5th will be the snapshot. So we have until February 4th pretty much, but it doesn't take too much time to get through all the gates, and it's really interactive. There's a video on each gate that I made, and yeah, it is pretty fun. And honestly, I've not seen a Discord like it.
There isn't one. It's super interactive. It's definitely something different. Something different for sure. And it's basically like we've been building this underground Hedera community on it. These people have just been going through these gates and stuff. It's pretty cool. I think you guys should definitely check it out. If not, just do like a couple gates just to see. Sure. Yeah, it's something different.
Yeah. I think we'll keep definitely. It open for a couple of days after Mint, just so if anyone wants to come experience it, you know, come on in. At the 8th gate, there is a secret about our PvP side aspect.
Some alpha.
Yeah, some alpha in there. So yeah.
But you gotta
XR battle running?
Yeah, there's some alpha in there. You gotta get to the 8th gate though.
Gotcha. Sneak peeks, that's for sure. I really love the lore side of projects whenever they come on the podcast and stuff. It definitely helps with storyline and just helps just bring everything to life. And I think that if you're able to really add more engagement and interaction and like different interfaces within the Discord, besides just people showing up to talking to main chat or to look at announcements, I think that overall can help with just keeping everybody involved and engaged as the community just continues to grow.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But that's really exciting. I'll definitely have to get in touch with your Discord tech because I mean, I was thinking about something similar.
Yeah, no, you should definitely get in touch with him. This guy is a genius. Like everything we asked for,
you won't be disappointed.
Everything he asked for, he killed it.
It's great.
That's awesome.
Now I have one question, one more. There might be a couple more as well, but I want to save some room for Corbin to ask some questions as well. But my biggest question at this moment,
locked and loaded.
My biggest question is: does your project need to sell out for it to be successful?
I would say it doesn't need to sell out to be successful. It would definitely kickstart us to like another level. You know, it would put us on a path like a rocket, basically, for the things that we want to do. Right. If we sell out, we can definitely build out the utility side for the Hedera that I want to build out. Right, because there's 2 parts to it. Where we're going to be building out the 3D. Traits for the NFTs, and then there's the other side where I want to build up the utility for the Hedera side, right? I want to make sure that our Hedera community, they have utility behind these NFTs. I mean, obviously the biggest utility would be it's an in-game asset, but there's other things that I want to build out just for the community itself.
Nice. Yeah. I feel as if you do sell out, and obviously that's going to be a big chunk of Hbar that you are sitting on. From what it seems as if you'll be able to handle that money very well, considering your current day job with the Coast Guard is handling money.
Yeah, exactly. So I handle a $1.2 million budget for my unit yearly. So I'm they call me the money guy.
Impressive.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, it's tough. It's a tough job, but I love what I do every day. It's always something different. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So pivoting a little more to sort of like the founding of the project.
Okay.
And so this is going to be for Q. In your initial vision, did you initially see that you were going to end up doing XRP and Hbar, or did you think it was just going to be XRP? Or
that's a good question. That's a great question.
What was the move?
First off, I want to say like I'm a firm believer in cross chaining. Like, just
sure.
When I wanted to build my community, I start off with XRP because I'm like super bullish on XRP, but I'm super bullish on Hbar. Like I said, ISO tokens, right? So I don't look at it like I'm trying to build two communities from two different tokens or two different networks or blockchains. I'm trying to build one big community where we're all prospering from both sides. Where like my hedera community is going to prosper from my XRP side as well. I'm going to intermingle the utilities on both sides. Like that's just the way that I'm trying to build the project. And when we announced that we're going to the hedera side, a lot of our community already, so you guys don't notice, but we announced to our community like last year, August timeframe that we're going to be coming over. But we took a huge long pause on the marketing. And honestly, we still been on pause, it feels like, because our marketing is not that like, I feel like we could be doing better, but we're here.
We're learning.
Yeah.
We're learning.
Yeah. So we announced it to our community in August, and a lot of them already got their hash pack set up. They've been investing in hedera NFTs, so like they're already on the other side. Now we're trying to do it both ways, where we have some of our hedera community come over to our XRP side, because obviously our game is going to be built on the XRP ledger. So eventually, if they're going to want to play with that asset, they're going to have to come over to the XRPL.
Make a zone.
You can't. Sorry for interrupting, but there's no way to make it so that it's more or less like you can have hashback integrated as well as Zum Wallet integrated. Is there any way to do that, or is it that the people who own these NFTs on hedera through their hashback, they're going to have to create a Zum Wallet to be able to play this game?
So that's not.
Both, I would say both is true, what you just said.
Right.
For our token, to be able to earn the token from the game, you will need to make a zone because the token is on XRPL. Okay. However, it is possible to integrate the hashback NFTs into our game. That's what we'll have to do because the NFT traits will be, that's how you will customize your character with the NFT traits.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, that works.
So like the technology is sort of a little different on both chains. So we're trying to get the best of both worlds. Because obviously hedera tech, I mean, I love it.
It's unbeatable.
Yeah, I think all of our first impressions when we started using the hashback wallet, I was like, damn, this is like so easy to use. I was so impressed. Yeah, I was so impressed. I was like, damn, that's why I was so bullish on coming over, just from starting that wallet alone. I was like, damn, they got their shit like straight on this side, So
yeah. The tech of Hbar is ridiculous. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw Kabila's, I believe it was like their founder card or their Genesis mint or something like that. But Adrian was in another Discord I was in. He was like, guys, we sold 40 NFTs in 0.6 milliseconds. We executed 1,700 calls in that amount of time. I'm like, excuse me?
Yeah.
Insane.
Crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, what you guys are what you guys are doing is actually very important too, because I think in the just sort of general gaming space, game archival is also very important. And by having your assets on a chain instead of having it locked behind, a publisher's server to ultimately get those assets back. We don't want another Scott Pilgrim versus the World on 360 situation again, if you guys know what happened with that. But game preservation is important. So I think blockchain is going to be the future. And obviously Ubisoft already sees that because they're on the governing council for hedera. But,
yeah, that was big news too. Wasn't that just recently, like last month or 2 months ago or something like that? Or
no, it was like think it was like a year ago.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking about something
Yeah,
else. 'Cause
Ubisoft has been trying to get into the NFT gaming space for a hot minute, but it's just they get rejected by their people, you know, the people that buy their games or whatever. But they haven't given up. They know what's coming, and they're trying to position themselves to be right there. Shout out to Ubisoft for making Assassin's Creed as well, because Assassin's Creed 2 is the only platinum trophy I ever got on PlayStation.
Hey,
But that was
a good one.
Okay.
That was a
That was
very good one.
such a great. Oh, I love 2, man. That was my stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think it would help if they would create some sort of like a pretty basic demo of how it could like be functional to actually be good for not only, well, obviously it's got to be good for them because they got to please the shareholders and all that good stuff,
Right.
but also be good for the gamer, so that way, you know, you might actually be able to save money if you can move assets from game to game or be able to sell them. Like
You don't have to keep buying them over and over
exactly,
again.
or
I
for
feel
instance,
that, bro.
yeah, exactly. Or for instance, in Rainbow Six Siege, if you could just buy operators as NFTs and sell them and stuff, that would be a great
Right.
idea.
I think
That'd be
I think it
amazing.
what was it? The Division 2. I want to say it was the Division 2 that they tried to do the NFTs with. It was some
They
online
experimented with it.
shooter.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
wasn't that good of an
I'm pretty
implementation, though,
sure.
if I'm honest.
Right. Yeah. It definitely didn't stick.
Yeah, I think it was on ETH too. So transaction
that's
fees.
why.
Right.
That's where they went
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah.
They're still learning. They're still learning.
Yeah, you know, corporate America, corporate.
It comes down to
world.
trial and error at this
Right.
point.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is all new territory. So, yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
I love hearing
I
that too because
kind of want to get back
it's.
to.
Oh, go ahead, sir.
No, finish. Please.
I was gonna say I love hearing that, like the new territory, because at one point, like the internet, new territory, but there was people working on ground level. You know what I mean? Like we all are here working on ground level to next 10, 20 years, like Steve Jobs level. Come on now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Got to
the
be a multi-year
whys.
plan.
Mhm.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. That's
We still don't know who's going to be the winner either. I mean, who thought that Pets.com was going to go under?
Yeah.
Not me.
You're right, though. So all right. So February 7th is when public happens.
Yep.
We're going through public on NFT here, and say it's a successful mint. What are the next steps moving forward?
Next steps. First thing we're gonna do is make those NFTs playable for you. That's gonna probably our timeline we're looking at with our 3D modeler, probably summer timeline, I would say. That's the biggest thing, right? Because that's the big draw to these NFTs, right? To have them playable. But then also we got to be able to code them to be playable in game. So that's another aspect. So probably summer, late summer is the timeline we're looking at. Like Cody said, I don't want to promise anything that we can't deliver, right? So,
Of course.
But yeah, that is very possible. You know, not saying 100%, but it is doable.
right.
That's good.
But other than that, like the main thing we're gonna do, there's some things I want to do to the Discord that or like utility wise on the Hedera side. I mean, to do that's I don't think anybody else is doing right now. I don't want to really release it because I've had issues when I first
It'll
started
be
building
out next week.
Well, I've also had issues where I'd release alpha and then other projects would steal that. You know what I mean? Like I just
Makes sense.
yeah. So there's things that we want to do, and we have live utility on the XRPL side for just our NFTs right now, right? So like that's what we want to do on the Hedera side is build some stuff that I mean just utility. We're just a utility based project, basically. Yeah.
A gaming utility based
Yeah,
project.
exactly. But yeah, that's pretty much the plan. The first thing I'm gonna do is I know that the hashback you can stake your Hbar, so we're gonna we're gonna stake that, and then I think like I got 80 or 90%. We're just gonna return it right back to the holders. So that's like the first, that's like the first utility that we can offer that we know for a fact, like that's something that we can offer, right? So right off the rip. That's something we're gonna do for the people. And then we're gonna sit down and see what is possible on their Hashgraph side, what we can build with the smart contracts and stuff like that. Because XRPL, we don't have that, right? So stuff like that. We're gonna find a good dev on the Hedera side. That's pretty much the plan.
Sure. Nice.
Cool.
So you do have a collection already on XRP?
Yeah, for xRonin, it's super small. I think we have less than 700 NFTs. It's all PFP.
Sure.
Yeah, PFPs. Those will never be in-game assets or anything like that.
Okay. So it's only the Hedera game will be the in-game assets?
Yes, for right now, that is the plan. We don't have any plans of making any other networks or blockchains NFTs to like this style where these 4,444 NFTs are going to be like playable. Not to say we won't do it on XRP, like we probably would do something like that, but maybe it's not in the plans right now. So this is something actually that we're trying to do that I don't think any other project is trying to do, where it's two different networks or blockchains where our NFTs on Hedera are going to be playable on XRP. Like that's something way different that I think that we're bringing to the table. And honestly, for a playable asset for the price, that's really cheap, to be honest, what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I'll touch on that a little bit too. It's like, yeah, when you think about all the traits that are on these NFTs, you have the armor pieces, you have the weapon, you have the hair, the headgear, and the cosmetics. That's 5 off rip that I can think of. So that's where we're going to pivot a little bit. This NFT drop, the way we're doing it, will probably be the first and only one on Hedera. That's why we made it such a big collection, 4,444. Because there's so many traits in there to where we have to 3D model them and all of that. And I won't say how much that costs, but it's very expensive, And that's why when you see other game companies like Gala Games, their stuff sold for thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars, And then Equilibrium, our partner, I think I bought a piece of plot of land on their stuff, and it was like $2,000. I think their armor sets, their full body armor sets, so you can't really customize it. And I think those are going for about $100 or so. So these are in-game assets, NFT traits with about 5 customizable aspects of them, going for only 400 each. I'll let you do the math on that, but
Yeah.
Fair enough.
It adds up quite nicely.
Yeah. So I don't think we're gonna do something like this ever again. Honestly, like this is it for this type of style of stuff.
Very exclusive.
Yeah, very exclusive. Anything else for the game? And I was gonna touch up on this too. Like this is the year where we're gonna transition more from an NFT project into a game, like indie game studio, right? This is our year where it's going to transition that way. We're always going to have love for our NFT side. That's how we started everything. It kickstarted our project. But after this is when we transition to the other side, basically.
Fair enough.
Not bad. I've only got one last question that kind of concerns me, but not really. So the NFTs on the XRPL, they're not in-game assets, like you said, right? So why wouldn't you just, instead of keeping the token on the XRPL, why wouldn't you just migrate everything over to Hedera just to make it an all-in-one place?
Right, I hear you. I trust me. I've thought about this a lot too. The only problem with that is that
because it just adds a little of a conflict.
Right,
that's the only thing, and people don't like conflict.
Right. I hear you. So when we started building out the gaming side, and we partner with the EQ. That's the whole thing. Is we're partners.
So the Equilibrium partnership is the biggest thing on that side. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That
cleared it up.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah. So. Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
So. Okay. Yeah. No worries. So, do you guys want to? So obviously, you're going to have to release stuff on PC first. It's the most accessible platform. It's the easiest to develop for. Right. So, do you guys eventually want to be able to get onto consoles as well? And Sony's consoles, Xbox, Nintendo, all that stuff?
As soon as it becomes okay for NFT games to be on console, and of course we have the liquidity, you know what I mean? As soon as it's okay, you can best believe I will be building whatever I need to be Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch. Like, let's go. You know what I mean?
That was actually going to be my second question too, Cody. Is have you guys looked into the TOS agreements for releasing on those platforms, on their stores?
I haven't looked into every little bit, you know what I mean? I have done research on it, but I wouldn't say I'm well versed on it. I would probably definitely have to go through and read through a lot more stuff to get a good comprehension on it.
Sure. Yeah, obviously this would be way down the line, but it was just a thought.
Right. Yeah. But it's definitely something good to look into, you know, because I know Steam won't let you launch any kind of NFT game, I don't think. They won't. I'm pretty sure that there was something, a game like Rust. I want to say it was Rust.
Rust was doing NFTs?
It was something on Epic. But Steam wouldn't let them launch. I can't remember the name of the game. I don't want to say it was Rust for 100%, you know what I mean? It just because I know you sounded like that.
I know you can't do them in Minecraft for sure.
Yeah,
I knew that.
Right. But I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, but there was a game on Epic Games Launcher, or it was coming to Epic Games Launcher, and it was an NFT based game, and I can't remember the name of it, but Steam wouldn't let them launch on there because they don't want anything to do with the NFT side or anything like that.
Lord Gaben has failed us.
Guessing, I'm guessing that Sony and Microsoft, they're probably a little bit more lenient because Ubisoft did implement a test run of NFTs into their, I want to say, like I said, I could be wrong, but the Division 2, pretty sure that was the game. And so we do have plans, as soon as we're able to and we got the funding to get onto a platform, I'd love to see my game on the PlayStation Store. I'm a PlayStation fan, no disrespect to Xbox. So if I say PlayStation, this is what I grew up on.
I will add a little bit to that. So obviously when it comes to publishing and all of that, that's what our partnership with Equilibrium is for. So we do have to, we have a little bit of rules to follow when it comes to that. But definitely when it's able to, we're going to be full on trying to make that stuff happen.
That's awesome. Great info, guys. Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, you've cleared all of my questions. Corbin, I'm not too sure if you have any more, but if there's anything left from Q and the rest of the team, if you guys have anything you want to end on,
parting
by all
words.
means.
Yeah, I guess for me is for the hedera community, we're sorry we haven't really been vocal and jumping into spaces maybe as much as we should. I know how the hedera, like I jump into spaces, but I'm not the best talker, but I'm hoping because honestly, like what you say on these spaces can really be detrimental to your project, right? Like people want to hear from the founders and hear what they're about and stuff like that. So going forward, we're going to definitely make it a priority of ours to get out there and talk to the community. And, hopefully you guys can see you guys see our faces now. You see what we're about, that we got legit, we've got good intentions behind what we're doing, right? We built something from nothing since last April, and we've been building, and we're just going to keep on building. That's just what we're going to do. So thank you guys. From me, thank you guys for having us, and I'll let the boys talk. Yeah. Thank you guys.
Cody, you got anything?
No, I've went over a lot. Thank y'all for having us. Like, it was a great experience. I should have hooked my webcam up. I didn't. I'm the only guy not on camera. But if you join, anybody listening out there, if you join the xRonin Discord, go to XR Battle Ronin. I have a video of myself.
Sorry, Cody. We'll have many more opportunities. We'll have many more opportunities.
Right. But yeah, I just want to say thank y'all. It was great being here. Great chat. feel like we hit a lot of hot topics, and just thank y'all again.
We did.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate you guys.
So yeah, I'll just go off plugging our Discord. Yeah, sneak peeks in our Discord, XR Battle Ronin. You get to see Cody doing all of his stuff for the game and all of that. We'll try to push more game stuff to Twitter for sure. We need to start marketing that way more, since we're turning to more game centric instead of just NFT art and stuff. And also join Bushido Bootcamp.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing some whitelist giveaways here and there, but if you for sure want a whitelist, everyone who makes it to the 8th gate is for sure getting a whitelist. I think we got about 300 left or something. We got a lot. So come join Bushido, start learning, and hit me up in there. I got you.
Nice.
Incredible. Cool. Hopefully we're able to give away some whitelists as well on our end.
Sure.
That'd be
we got you guys.
For sure.
We got you guys.
Hell yeah.
That's amazing. Appreciate that again. Well, gentlemen, it's been a true honor to be able to host you guys. I know that you haven't really had too much time to get out to spaces, so not many H-Barbarians know you that well, but hopefully they are able to get a better understanding of who the xRonin founders are and who is developing out this great project. Just want to say thank you all for coming on. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Alt Kings podcast, and we will see you. Nice.
Peace.